Magic Masses! I am longtime independent wrestling fan Robert. Saint Anger was a great show that Pro Wrestling Magic put on and put together. We began with the Monday morning Magic taping. I don't know if one of the matches was cut or what they did, but we had a tag match. And it was Jonathan Bane, Bounty Hunter, and Timmy Tamir Gibbs. They were set to do battle with Brian Baum, and I forgot his original partner for the show, but she couldn't make it. And Brian took the microphone, and I forgot what he said, but out from behind Bane and Gibb was Diego. I apologize for not remembering his name. But eventually Gibb was taking punishment, but eventually Gibb tried to tag, but Bane jumped off the apron, and Brian Baum eventually put Tamir in a sleeper hold. Brian Baum and Diego, again, didn't get his last name, defeat Jonathan Bane, Bounty Hunter, and Tamir Gibb at 7 minutes, 30 seconds to pick up the victory. Then out comes Pro Wrestling Magic's color commentator, front row, Mikey from the front row Mikey, and he had in his hand an old Pro Wrestling Magic Championship belt, but had some duct tape on it, and he declares it the Chaos Championship, and he said that the title would be, he would defend the title 24 hours a day. Well, all of a sudden, you hear the music of the All-Father, Darius Carter, and what happens is Carter, Mikey's looking for Carter to show up, but then out from behind comes a masked man, and he schoolboys Mikey and pins him to win the Chaos Championship. The masked man takes off the mask. It's referee Taylor Danielson. Up next was a three-way match, which was like the new Talent Initiative tournament they had going on. And we saw Rico Gold versus Bean Dip Daza versus the Zombie King, Junior Flow. Good match these three had, and I don't know if something went wrong. Junior Flow ended up defeating Bean Dip Daza and Rico Gold at 3 minutes 55 seconds. And then it was on to the main show. And we start out with the main show for the second month in a row. We start the main show with a heavyweight title match, but it was aired on YouTube the night before this event that Azrael took on El Pacto Diabolico's leader, Mateo Marcelos, in the Astral Plane. And Azrael had defeated Mateo because both the heavyweight and dark arts champions were on the line in this match. Azrael picked up the victory, and Azrael has now became a dual champion. Retained his heavyweight belt and had won the dark arts title. But Azrael comes to the ring, and he has a challenger in the form of El Pacto Diabolico member Justin Vane. Eventually, Azrael defeats Justin Vane at 10 minutes 53 seconds to retain both the heavyweight and dark arts championships. Don't know if Shane Fair, the ring announcer, told everyone it was going to be under dark arts rules or not, because Azrael had used a rope break when Vane attempted to pin him. But for the second month in a row, Azrael opened up the main show. Now, before Azrael left the ringside area, ring announcer and GM Shane Fair tells Azrael that at Hell Wired, which is taking place Saturday, June 20th, that Azrael's got a busy night. It was announced that Azrael will be first defending the Dark Arts Championship against Troy Locke and Smiley in a triple threat match. And also that same night, Azrael's defending the heavyweight belt against Dr. Sleep, Anthony Gangone. More on the June 20th show as we roll on here, folks. Up next, we see, well, I guess he's a Rookie of the Year candidate so far, Joe Mancini, as he went one-on-one with the stressed and depressed The Hunter. I don't know if he's considered the leader of the group, but he had two other SAD members. I think one of those guys is a new member. I don't know if I've seen him before. If I did, I just don't know where. Eventually, the interference of SAD was too much for the Kid to overcome. The Hunter defeated Joe Mancini at 6 minutes 17 seconds. And by virtue of his victory, I think by virtue of his victory, he's going to be in the. It was like, I think, a fast pass for the junior heavyweight championship. I could be wrong about that. Next up, we see a man who's been featured on Monday Morning Magic, Boob Tube, Abs, as he did battle with Al De Niro. Al De Niro put some kind of submission hold on Abs, and he was victorious over him at 6 minutes 16 seconds. But what I don't understand is this. I mean, why is it I thought the honor was supposed to drop 3 times, not 1 time. What the hell? And Al De Niro victorious over Abs again at 6 minutes 16 seconds. Up next, out comes the son of the sun. The son of wrestling, Vincent Michaels, talking about why he turned on Franco Costanzo last month and literally causing his team to lose to the Latin Connection last month at 1, which was 11 Years of Magic Part 2. And out came an opponent, and it was Ricky Harway. Not Hardway, because after the show ended, I noticed him like with a T-shirt, and it said Harway, Harway, not Hardway, Hardway. Competitive match here. I'm not sure if this was Ricky's PWM debut. Vincent Michaels, the son of wrestling, defeated Ricky Hardway at 4 minutes 47 seconds. Up next was a singles bout for the Mat Pro Wrestling Women's Championship and the Outlaw Wrestling Revolution, I forgot that, Women's Championship, as Brianna Bands challenged the Cotton Candy Princess, Tiffany Avatar. And Tiffany Avatar defeats Brianna Bands, or is it Bads, at 6 minutes 54 seconds to retain both of those championship belts. Then up next was a tag team gauntlet match for the Fast Pass tag team title Fast Pass. Okay, initially going to be 4 teams, but they added 2 more. We started out with a team known as High Fashion. I apologize for not getting their individual names, as they did battle first. The first part of the gauntlet, they did battle with Dave McCall and Nate Wallace, former Pro Wrestling Magic Tag Champions, The Rep. And they actually, I think, both members of High Fashion did a dive to the floor. And either way, where I was sitting in the front row was right by where the wrestlers came to and from the ring. Okay. The match was on. Eventually, The Rep put down High Fashion. And The Rep put down High Fashion. Then the next tag team that came out was hold on, I'm sorry, folks. Okay, well, again, The Rep had defeated High Fashion. Yeah, then out came a newly formed team of the mayor of Scumbag City, John Tella, and the freshly Trey Felipe, collectively known as ADD, All Due Disrespect. And they ended up defeating The Rep. The next tag team that came out was, the Step Brothers. I apologize for not getting their individual names. I forgot. I'll get back to them shortly. The Step Brothers. Actually, what happened was that's what happened. The Step Brothers, during the matchup, El Pacto Diabolico members, Justin Vane, Ray Mars, Johnny Vega, new member Al De Niro, and another new member, Zombie King Jr. Flo, came out attacking both Tella and Felipe, and they eventually attacked them, and they chased him to the back. At one point, I don't know who it was, but Johnny Vega was thrown through the curtain, and he like landed right in front of the apron, in front of the ring, and Step Brothers officially beat All Due Disrespect by countout. Then out comes team number 5, which is the American Nightmare, or is it the American Outlaw, Dan Murdoch, and the Indestructible One, the Star Killer, Steve Off, the Sons of Old School, and they defeat the Step Brothers. Now I forgot which portion of the gauntlet where the Step Brothers were in. One of them hit a move, and he said, "You're grounded." I mean, what are we going to get next, Pro Wrestling Magic? Get a Super Nanny reject, find a lady to channel her inner Joe Frost and say, "You are in the naughty spot." I actually like that show, Super Nanny. Miss watching that on ABC years ago. Okay, Sons of Old School defeat the Step Brothers, but then out came the final team, which was 2 members of Stressed and Depressed, accompanied by the Hunter, because the 2 members I don't know their individual names, and I apologize for not getting them. They were the ones that accompanied the Hunter for his match earlier in the show against Joe Mancini. But Sons of Old School put down the 2 members of Stressed and Depressed in the final portion of the gauntlet to win the tag team gauntlet match at 35 minutes, 32 seconds. And Shane Fair was about to say he had something for Steve Off for the June 20th event, but they were attacked by EPD members Justin Vane, Ray Mars, Junior Flo, Al De Niro, and Johnny Vega. But then all of a sudden, All Due Disrespect, Felipe and Tella come out and save the Sons of Old School from the ring, because in the process, Ray Mars used a chair on Dan Murdoch. So then Shane Fair announces that June 20th, it'll be Steve Off teaming up with All Due Disrespect, have a 6-man tag against any 3 members of El Pacto Diabolico on June 20th at Hardwired. Okay, what wound up being the main event is we saw Rebecca J. Scott challenge Tiffany Grady of El Pacto Diabolico for the Women's Championship, and the 5 aforementioned EPW members were at ringside, and they were just really, once again, this group was all over had their fingerprints all over the show. And considering Mateo Marcellus was not there, and somebody else was not there, and I'll get to that shortly. Okay? So the match was on. Tiffany Grady ended up defeating Rebecca J. Scott at 7 minutes 40 seconds to retain the Women's Championship. But then afterwards, the rest of El Pacto Diabolico that was in attendance, the 5 men hit the ring. They're trying to push Rebecca Scott around. But then All Due Disrespect come out to clear the ring. And then Shane Fair, says, "Hey, Rebecca, you went in the match on June 20th?" And decided that it's going to now be Steve Off, Rebecca Scott, and All Due Disrespect against any 4 members of El Pacto Diabolico at Hardwired Saturday, June the 20th. Okay, personal notes. It was good seeing Shane Fair. Welcome back, Bruno of the Cuban Hype Man. I don't know if that's his nephew that also came to the show. I forgot his name. Good seeing John Harder got to commentate the Monday Morning Magic pre-show taping. Cheyenne Ortiz was in attendance. Danielle D'Adamo and her husband David. Well, I don't know if she uses that last name anymore since getting married. By the way, I don't know. This show we had. Let's see, we had 7 matches, but of course, due to the length of that tag team gauntlet match, and a lot of people were not in attendance for one reason or another. As I said, Mateo Marcellus was not there, and another El Pacto Diabolico member was not there. That was Eden. They said that Eden and V. Daniel got into it backstage after a recent show, and they were suspended for Saint Anger. But Shane Fair announced that V. Daniel will face Eden for the Junior Heavyweight Championship Saturday, June 20th at Hardwired, and no matter who wins, it will be the very final confrontation between those two former tag team partners. Oh, I forgot to. Caitlyn was there too with her son. Okay. Okay. Here's some here's some memorable quotes. The only thing that's bean dip about him is his hat. Somebody behind me at Bean Dip Daza. About Bean Dip Daza. He likes unfrosted Pop Tarts. Somebody in the crowd about Justin Vane. Okay. Well, again, as mentioned, Saturday night, June 20th, Hardwired. Again, I don't know if that's going to be the all-steel cage match they normally do in June. But Hardwired, Saturday night, June 20th. Match is already announced. The good guy, Azrael, defends the heavyweight championship against Anthony Gangone. Azrael will defend the Dark Arts championship in a triple threat match against the Plexuses, Troy Locke, and Smiley. Eden defends the junior heavyweight title against V. Daniel as those two face off one-on-one for the very last time. Even though actually was announced last month, the first ever women's Dark Arts champion, Journey Burke Esquire, will defend against Vicious Vicky. Rebecca Scott, Steve Off, and all due disrespect against any 4 members of El Pacto Diabolico. I'm not sure if I'm coming to the show, folks, on June 20th right now. We have, let me see, June 20th, well, I don't know when, obviously it's not going to be June 20th, but the Sons of Old School, they have a guaranteed tag team title shot, so who's to say when they're going to get it? Let me see here. I'm surprised Stressed and Depressed are still around. Well, they haven't been on every show, but the group's still together, apparently. I mean, I don't know. This whole thing with El Pacto Diabolico trying to tear down the company limb from limb, I mean, is it going to result in maybe, at this rate, maybe some really huge match, whether it be, unless we stretch it, unless it gets stretched and milked all the way to Kingdom Come 11 later this year, especially considering that's now going to be, we know that's now a two show event. Okay. Ooh, let me see here. Okay, I'm trying. Like I said, Mateo wasn't there. Eden was not there. Ray Mars didn't wrestle. Johnny Vega didn't wrestle. There was so many from last month that were not there for this one. We didn't see. Well, let me see who we did not see. Man, so many we didn't see. Oh, like I said, I mean, I mentioned about who was there. Well, we didn't. Those in the crowd that were not there didn't see Elliot. By the way, Elliot, you were at Creator Pro Wrestling, and you and I had a picture with those two ladies. I don't know if you deleted the photo or you just haven't put it up yet anywhere. Okay. Elliot was not there. Fernando of the Cuban Hype Men was not there. Jason Bob 87 was not there. Bill Parham not there. I miss the days when Gail and Callie used to come. La 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 la. All right. Oh, I forgot. By virtue of Junior Flo's victory, he will be facing Jewels in the finals of that Newtown Initiative tournament. I don't know if that's going to be taped on a main show or if it's going to be taped June 20th or not. Oh, by the way, guys, folks, I actually wound up taking the train to Rutherford. The only dig was I had to, from Penn Station, New York City, I had to get off in Secaucus to transfer to a train that was stopping in Rutherford. Oh, another thing, folks, I know I'll get that back to the train shortly, but this very show ended just after 8 p.m. I know they go straight through without an admission. They start at 6. Okay. If that wasn't enough, I mean, there were so many young ladies. I'm sure they were all like in their 20s, early 30s at the oldest. That age category of women is not for me anymore. But it was just depressing because I mean these ladies were showing flesh. I mean, they weren't showing too much, of course, but it was just depressing the heck out of me. So many good-looking women on the trains on the way back to New York City. If that wasn't enough, I had to stand on the damn A train from 34th Street all the way to Broadway Junction. Because the thing is, it was unbelievable, huh, folks? Oh, also, I actually, because it was a beautiful warm night, I actually walked after the show. Instead of like taking an Uber or Lyft, I walked from the Meadowlands YMCA to Rutherford train station. It took like about half an hour to do it because the train wasn't coming until after 9 p.m. Okay, hold that thought, folks, okay? Now, for the second Pro Wrestling Magic event in a row, I did not use my megaphone. But I have to say, it's official. Pro Wrestling Magic, it's official. We have a 2 club. Okay. Again, I didn't use my megaphone for the second row. Maybe it was a good thing I didn't use it. Brought it out to speak into it during the show. I didn't do it last month either. But there's something I have here that I haven't really used in a while. I just have to. I mean, this is something. I don't think I've ever brought it to Pro Wrestling Magic. Maybe I don't know if I did bring this to PWM shows before. It's a dry erase board, and I don't have any markers for it right now, but you could just make a sign and erase it and make something else for somebody else. You get the point, folks. I don't know if I'm coming June 20th, but when I return to Pro Wrestling Magic, tell me yes or no, should I bring this? Let me know, folks, because let me know if I should bring this baby along with some markers. I still have the eraser for this. I maybe they have to get a new one at this rate, because this, like, the bottom frame doesn't even hook up anymore to this thing. Okay? Yeah, let me know, folks, whether or not I should bring this when I return to Pro Wrestling Magic. Again, I don't know when. Let me see. There was one more thing. Blah, 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 blah. Ooh. Oh, I think Pro Wrestling Magic, because you got show dates lined up, I guess it's safe to say that PWM is not going to take the summer off this time. I know they show dates in July and August. I guess all of them are at the Meadowlands YMCA this year. Or they're going to go back to that baseball stadium in Patterson. Oh, boy. Okay, I think... Hold it, folks. I'm trying to think. Okay, all right. That'll do it, folks. Oh, that's what I was going to tell you. Sorry. Like I said, when I went to take the train, by the time I reached the building, they had already opened up the door and let the people in. But most people don't show up till like 5:30 or later anyway. But I guess because of baseball season, maybe that's why the crowd wasn't too big. All right, that'll do it, folks. Again, I don't know if I'm coming June 20th, but I should be there in July, if not. Hmm. What a magical wrestling company Pro Wrestling Magic is.